Scottish, exactly, mate.
Nothing to see.
I'm pretty intrigued just to see how this one plays out. It's like more of an old school Kelly deck where you run consumes. Very excited. This is all, like, this is a deck that I played a lot of back in the day, mate. Before I blew up, if that is what happened to me. The other thing about Archspore is it can maybe mess up my Sabbath. I already don't like the bronzes, mate, to be honest. The Archspores and that, not a fan. I missed the Witch Apprentices already as well. No control for this is also a bit dicey, I'd say. And I have no way to eat these Foglets unless I want to use my Karen, which also makes my Sabbath worse. So early impressions of the deck we've built is kind of arse cheeks, mate. That's alright. Loki happy you play more serious instead of meme decks. I want to find the mix, Mad Hun, right? I want to find the right mix. But I think it's really fun to make more competitive decks. Thanks for feedback, mate. I try and find a balance, right?
Your magic can't harm me. No magic can.
Unicorn right at the bottom. Shut this up. Alright, I mean, already the bronzes for this deck are just a disaster. They're getting changed. Meme decks are more interesting. I mean, it's finding the balance, right? I think at this stage in the season, trying to be competitive is very cool. Yeah, hounds could be an idea, huh? Not a bunch of random consume cards. Who would have thought? I also have a pass there if I wanted it, and I decided not to. But I did just trade a red haze for us protector.
And ever they shall be. Leave it to me.
What a stinker. What a stinker. Okay, so Foglets are going. We might keep the K-Run. I'm still intrigued by K-Run. You just don't need any consume value for it to be worth, probably. But we just get Kelly value. The problem is if Kelly dies, then it's really bad, right? How bad could this be? This is OP, mate. Build the Simless, guys. Get wrecked. Alright, I guess that's my defender gone. Easy Alyssa for Sabbath, mate. Get our second Kelly in. This Karen is not bad. Okay, this Karen's... Alright, alright, this took a turn. This did just take a turn, I must say. So what are we Alyssa? What are we even going to Alyssa back? I guess the Wrath, maybe? Oh, God. Karen seems pretty good though. I think Karen's really legit.
To me. The valley of flowers. There is no place more beautiful.
A superb specimen, truly.
So they squirreled the defender, right? And then eat with the Kelly. So maybe I was supposed to just go Sabbath first to get the defender out of squirrel range. I think that's how I win this game, right? I had to play around the graveyard hate. I mean, you never know, guys. This is kind of like a unitless card, right? If they kill it... we get to summon the other one. Jeez Louise, mate. Okay, that is an idea. Mushy Truffle Alza. Alright, this guy's a Chad. There's a deck for the deck list. Thanks, opponent, for the YouTube video. What a lad. Mushy Truffle Alza, eh? GG. GG, Mick. Right, it might also just be bad though, so we can't consume. We'll see. I think it might be an interesting idea with all the control going around to just play some immune cards. 4p immune. Sounds pretty good to me. Okay, we have no unicorn, which sucks. Don't think I want this Karen round one, right?
Oh, I sense trouble.
Yeah, I actually saw that tweet. No, I'm playing Unicorn instead, and I'm incredibly bad with that. So a Thunder would also be an option, right? But I think the Xavier's worth it. So this looks pretty smooth, apart from the werewolves. To be fair. Maybe the Karen. I think Karen's big brain, though. The idea, guys, is that you're going to play Sabbath, right? Then you eat a bunch of stuff that isn't Kelly with your Karen, and then suddenly you've got a big immune card and a way less units. Like, you're already losing to Graveyard Hate, so whatever. Why go around it too much. Yaga is pretty bad overall. I enjoyed using it a lot though, but yeah. The idea behind the Unicorn is you want to play Kelly a lot of the time in round 1 with this deck anyway, right? To get Sabbath ready to go. So the Unicorn is going to mill their best card. Also, it can tutor Siri, right? If you draw Kelly, you can go Unicorn into Siri. It's just really strong. As soon as you can renew Kelly, that's like something you're interested in doing. Before, Kelly's a card you're always holding on to. But now you can essentially renew her. You're quite happy to commit her in round 1 a lot of the time.
Illusions. You've yet to see what they can accomplish.
Maybe a tutor. Yeah, but the thing is, Quacks is a tutor, right? Like, the Quacks here is really, 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 really good. That is the idea of this deck that's separating it. Think about how good this card is in Vi, right? Like, think what this card is actually doing. It's tutoring our KELLTULLIS or our Siri which are cards we want to play in round 1 with this deck, yeah? It's tutoring Ciri or KELLTULLIS, and it's milling our opponent's best card. That is really, really OP. Okay, what is our best play here? I could, in theory, go KELLTULLIS. She's going to be 14 points here. So I would need to use a leader. Or I could go Swallow, which puts me... I guess it's just Swallow leader charge, right? And that means I can play Kelly in round 2 and then in round 3 as well with Sabbath. I can share the deck shortly. We haven't finalized it. I don't think these werewolves are correct, for example. So we can now go flipping Unicorn into either Kelly or Cave Troll, whatever it might be, milling our opponent's best card. Like, how is that not good? It's so strong. This is a tutor, right? Like, all the cards that are at the top of our deck, we want a tutor. Like, even if I wasn't playing Kayrin, I could just go Unicorn for flipping Nithra right now, right? So strong. Like, look how good this is, mate. It's OP. This card is OP, mate. Trust me, Bloods. This is the future of KELLTULLIS, mate. Because you can renew Kelly now. Like, this card, you want to tutor, you want this in your graveyard, right? You want these cards in your graveyard so you can play them again off Sabbath. This is the money card of this step, 100%. I am convinced. This is the meta, guys. That's a little bit alarming. What's that guy from the Mandalorian go? I have spoken, mate. I guess that could have been my heat wave if I just waited a mo.
Who me wants death on you? No one gets to fool me twice.
This is the way. Yeah, this is the way. I have spoken. All that. That's not a bad heat wave.
Stop gurgling like that.
I would very much like to play the Kelly, but I have too many units, mate. So let's make sure I'm at 13 units, I think, for this one. This is where the consumes would come in as well, though, right? I just don't want to consume a lot of these cards. Karen, you have to consume 3, so we're seeing some problems. Before you could choose how much you consume of Karen, right? Where I could just consume these 2 and then slam the Kelly. But that's no longer the case. That's a lot of units on the board, so I can get Kelly down now, right? Fairly sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But now I can go Karen to eat like the Unicorn, the Maxi, the Cave Troll, right? As well. So right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My opponent's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can still play this. But this is the money play, the Karen, right? Because I guess I could have even leader charged. Suddenly that's a lot more Kelly value, right? I'm getting. So I kill this. I should have put more points into immunity, I think. Just because this is a card I don't want to play, right? I need to make sure I get the points here. Again, the Karen is actually coming back off of Sabbath here, which is a bit rubbish, right? As opposed to the Nithral. So my feelings on the Karen were the consumes were great, like so strong. Putting them into an immune body also really strong. It does have downsides, but I think it's good, right? Seems pretty good. Again, having 3 cards to consume that you don't care about though, it's kind of awkward. I guess I could banish it with Xavier. Sounds pretty bad. Again, if it's had an order, this would be OP, right, to bring it back. Alright, nice. There was a Reddit post about it, right? Someone posted about Gurney Unicorn. I was like, wait, that's actually just good for KELLTULLIS. It would be good for Gurney as well. I wonder if that's why Mamuna's at 10 provisions. Like, because they had this idea of being able to unicorn into Gurney for Sabbath, like, way back 3 months ago. However long it was, it'll be interesting if that's the case. Definitely not convinced by double Indreg. I think 1 Indreg is probably correct, but 2 is more than pushing it. Northern Realms, the D-bombs are going to be really important. Maybe it's just a Pella, right? Probably it's just a Pella. Play 1 Indreg or 1 Pella. Definitely the way. Actually embarrassed that I don't already have that as the approach. Alright, I mean, double leader means Kelly's now a possibility straight away. And we want to compete for this round. For sure. So Kelly it is. In fact, we're going to go Unicorn, right? Fortunately, they've probably just put Tsaya in hand. That is a very high provision hand, my friend. There's a lot of provisions in the hand there, son.
My new eyes, do you like them?
Oh, jeez.
My great-granddaughter will do great things.
I could eat all 3 of these with with Karen, right, and then just chill for the rest of the game. How did the shield deck go? It was good. We need to try it again though. We weren't done with it. We just wanted to move on, try some other stuff. Man, not having Pella here is a nightmare.
magic will be regulated.
As you wish,
Darren is very OP, guys. I'm just saying, like, this card absolutely needs to get nerfed. 100%. Card is so OP it hurts. And he always was. It was just a matter of time, right? It's just a matter of time. That time is absolutely here. The card has to just... I would actually like this card to just get removed from the game. That's the kind of thing that I've really enjoyed about Storybook Brawl. Like, they're... obviously, it's an early access game that's just on Steam. It's very different to Gwent that's on mobile and stuff like that, of course. But, mate, they just flipping remove cards. They're like, nah, we're just going to remove this card. It's just a very cool concept. Please don't click your death mod. I really want to parasite it. But yeah, this is like the whole problem with defenders as well, right? Like, if you don't draw your Purify, you just kind of lose the game. If you do draw your Purify, you're fine. Now, obviously, I didn't put a Purify on my deck because I'm an idiot. But just imagine I didn't draw it, which I had a Nero, so I guess I did have it. But like, look how dumb a Darren is as well, right? Like, it's just a stupid card. These arrow 2s at Adepts are also pretty stupid. Don't blame a Darren. I mean, definitely blame a Darren. I mean, there's definitely... It's not just a Darren's fault, but a Darren's just been waiting to be OP, right? But yeah, I mean, also these arrow 2s at Adepts have been waiting to be OP. 4 Provision Resilience is obviously OP. And this is kind of like the problem with having a design, like, philosophy almost, where you just have, like, cards that are higher than their provision cost. Like, you look at... like even skirms, right? Like from SK, like why is that a 4 provision? Why is that a 4 for 4? It's way too powerful, really. But like you kind of balance things because it's fine at the time. Like, fuck this. This is just like, look at this thing. This card is just waiting to be OP, right? This is the thing. Like if you've just got cards that are waiting to be OP, eventually they will be, right? If you've got cards that are just waiting to be OP, eventually they will be. And then if you've got like a million ways you can make copies of bronze cards, right? Like more bronzes. You've got more ways you can make it. Guess what? If you print an OP bronze card, it's going to be OP. This deck's just like so dumb. I really hate this deck a lot.
forget this music. These mages can have congregations.
It might be the worst deck ever. It's just so dumb. The good news is Kelly's going to wreck him. Oh, is that good? Maybe. They already have vitality, right? So D-bomb's doing nothing.
Doubt I'll ever pay off those school loans.
Flipping death mold, mate.
And how you address them.
As you wish.
So this isn't growing anymore, right? Okay, so they actually just go for the 2-0, which I think is probably a mistake. It didn't click these, but they're going for the value on the adepts instead. Which, yeah, as I say, I think it's a mistake. So I can heat wave her. Fucking defender, man! Oh, okay. We lost, guys. Spoiler alert. Guess I can just kill these, though, instead.
Was not expecting that.
What a dumb deck, man. What a stupid, stupid, stupid deck.
Pride is all we've left.
Nah, I think the game's fine, honestly. I think that deck is just like a... I think like the dev team have done actually really well with this. Like, I feel like this meditating mage deck is more of like a previous cards which have just been waiting to be OP, right? And then they added meditating mage, which was just like the enabler for all of it. Like, it's kind of interesting. Is that really correct? Is that really correct to do? Also, another thing that I don't like is being able to like res defenders. So you can res defenders actually in two factions. I mean, you can res with renew in any faction, but you can res defenders in Skellige a lot, right? Darren doesn't matter that much. Fargoth, that is completely false. It actually matters an incredible amount. Because it is doubling. That's right, doubling. Do we just kill the carryover or do we go for the tempo? If we kill carryover, we have to go leader charge, so we use our own carryover. But I also want to use leader charge anyway, just to get dominance. Do that. So Darren doubles all the spawns, and by the way, there's a flipping lot of spawns. So basically, what happens is not only do they have this defender and all these engines you have to answer, but you also have to answer a 6-pointed Darren, who gets value on deploy anyway, like already trades up to removal significantly. And then there's just more of them carrying over as well, right? I mean, the thing with the Darren is, like, it's been fine. Like, as soon as the Darren was printed, everyone was like, holy shit, isn't this card just OP? But it hasn't been. But I think the problem with that is inevitably at some point, a moment will come where actually, yes, this card is now too strong, right? And I feel like that is what is happening with quite a lot of cards in the past. I'm trying to think of other examples. Tunnel Drill, maybe? I don't know if Tunnel Drill is a good example. I feel like there's other cards that have been like that in the past, though. Hey, Lionheart, what's up? Maybe the right approach is to delete defenders from the game. Well, I actually think they've done a really, really good job buffing the Purifiers, right? Like, I think it was just such a fantastic and important change. Bit of a bummer. Full leader. They use 2 leader charges as well, though, right? I can call all these back with Sabbath if I want to. So I think that the Purify change is actually the best approach to defenders, because I was defenders are something I was very concerned about, right? Especially, you know, I get to see, you know, as you a lot of you guys will know, I've been involved in some of the PTR stuff recently, which is really cool from CDPR to like, let me obviously give feedback and stuff. And something I was concerned about is defenders, and I was like, ah, mate, you can replay defenders loads. Well, they did a couple of really cool changes that, you know, can slip under the radar, but they buffed Purify across the board, right? In anticipation of more defenders being around. Great change. Absolutely love it. And also, like, Sigdriffer gives Doomed, for example. Sabbath gives Doomed, right? Like, imagine these cards weren't giving Doom. You could play Defender in, like, all 3 rounds very, very easily, right? So there's definitely, like, a lot of things they did that were, like, you might not notice at first, but they were actually really, really important changes. So my thinking is we go Unicorn. I guess we could just go Sabbath first. We're going for the 2-0, right? Maybe don't play Siri. Yeah, we just go Sabbath first. It's double engine, mate. It's not great. Probably could have done this slightly better, but whatever.
Come to me, little one.
Nice, let's go. Let's go. Alright, this is again another example of the problem with Karen. I'm going to be eating so many engines. It's kind of sad. So we do still have dominance. So we get to work on that. There's no Xavier value right now. I could still play Siri, right? I was really tempted to play Karen here, to be honest. But I don't think it's worth it. Not playing Siri just seems like a mistake, right? It's free card advantage. Excuse me. How do they change Purify? They buff them. Across the board, really. Top deck into Karen, guys. Believe.
Fighting spirit, what need ye to flee this world ever free?
That's not bad. That's a card. This is where the consumes, right, would actually just be so good, but I kicked them all. What is the best card off Forest Protect? They've already played it, right? Yeah. I suppose we just keep our Heat Wave. Or are we just 2-0ing her? I have 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So if I Heat Wave something, my Kelly's going to self-harm. I'm getting 4 points of engine value. Plus a Heat Wave. So I'm 9 points ahead, plus a Heat Wave is 8. 17-point Gord. This dies. No, it doesn't. This would have died if like, oh my god. Okay, I forgot about all the hand buffs. I mean, Heatwave would have traded with this. So I just basically threw the game. So I don't have much left, guys. So I had a chance to win. But instead, I'm going to lose. That's pretty good. That's right, 6 points will be enough, Cap. Seems like we're fine. Oh my god. I mean, was I really beating this anyway? You know what I mean? I just wasn't, right? This game was already over. I just wasn't beating this anyway. Let's be very fair.
Who watches the watch?
I mean, what was the problem there? I needed more bloody consumes. Son of Nectar.